So I'm not sure how accurate this is, but a bunch of outlets are claiming that Conor McGregor is going to return in December. And I actually seen the guy who reported it and claimed a source close to Endeavour told him this, who apparently always tells him legit news. But still, I don't know how accurate this is, but I thought I'd just make a video on it just in case it is true. But according to the guy, he's not sure if he is fighting Chandler or not. He just said the opponent's to be determined, but you'd imagine it's Michael Chandler. It would make sense. They just did tough December. Chandler hasn't fought all year. He's going to want to fight. Fuck, you'd hope he'd get a fight. December makes sense. But, yeah, fucking USADA just doesn't fucking matter, I guess. If you're a star, you can get an exemption. Like, I don't know. Like, they have no real power, really, when you think about it. Like, as long as the UFC gets a big star fight, they don't give a fuck about USADA. But it's understandable. Now, I don't know. This seems all a bit out of nowhere, though. Like, I don't know. We didn't really hear anything from McGregor when it came to fighting, and then now all these outlets are reporting he's going to return in December. Normally, McGregor fights in like January, so I was expecting he would maybe get in there in January because we don't know if he entered the USADA pool or not. But according to this, that doesn't really matter. But if it is versus Chandler, fuck, I'm looking forward to that fight. Like, I'm so excited for that fight. I haven't been watching too much Tough. I actually I rewatched all the episodes last week because I thought I'd catch up. And yeah, they definitely don't like each other very much. I found that one out in the Lee Hammond one where Lee Hammond lost to Kurt Holloway. McGregor fucking yeah, we need to see him versus Chandler after that little fucking shove to the face he gave Chandler, and he called him a fucking Bellator tick. You need to fucking see that fight now. Like, I just need to see a press conference with these two just talking shit because I want to see how Chandler fucking reacts to McGregor's trash talk. Because Chandler's normally a pretty composed guy, but I think McGregor's like actually gotten under his skin like a little bit, and especially in a press conference setting, I reckon he'll just fucking unleash on him. Now, in the actual fight, if Michael Chandler and McGregor do fight in December, fuck, it really depends on how McGregor looks post leg injury. But I mean, from what I've seen him do to his sparring partners on Tough, I think he's like still able to win this fight. I mean, obviously they're just random fucking training partners on Tough. I think they were actually the guys that were the actual prospects as well. I think he like fucking body kicked one of them, just fucking dropped him. Like, I know obviously these guys aren't on like fucking Chandler's level. These are just like some random like prospects that are actually like these prospects that are actually like some of them older than fucking McGregor, like that Rico guy. He's like older than McGregor, but he's apparently a prospect. But I mean, it shows he's at least competent on the feet still. His legs still work as well because he dropped him with a kick. But honestly, I think McGregor would beat Chandler. Just because we've seen Chandler get dropped by 2022 Tony Ferguson. And we've seen how Ferguson's last few fights have gone. I don't want to shit on Ferguson because I love him, but like, he's really washed at this point. Like, he's really past it. And he's like fucking hurting Chandler. And I think McGregor is nowhere near as washed as Tony Ferguson is. Now, maybe I'm wrong because of the whole leg break, but I reckon McGregor fucking puts a beating on. Well, not puts a beating, but I reckon he clips Chandler, and then once he clips Chandler, Chandler's recovery is not very good. Like, actually, no, his recovery was good against Gaethje, but then in every other fight, his recovery was pretty shit. Like, even against Ferguson, when he did tag him, he quickly had to shoot him for a takedown. But yeah, then you look at like the Charles Oliveira fight. As soon as Charles Oliveira landed that left hook, he was out. And also, yeah, Chandler's got a real tendency to get left hooked. Like, got left hooked by Oliveira. I think the shot that Tony Ferguson landed, I think that was a left hook. So I think McGregor will just fucking land on that chin at will. Unless Chandler fights smart and like grapples with with McGregor, then maybe I can see him winning that way. But that's a really big if. Because I don't know, Chandler is shown consistently to have the worst fight IQ in the UFC. Like, he probably could have beat so many of the opponents he fought if he had like a smart game plan, but instead he just comes out brawling. I especially think that because McGregor's going to be shit talking him, I think he's really going to want to like get hands on fucking McGregor. He's going to want to knock McGregor out if he can. So I think we're going to see an emotional Chandler come out, fucking swing for the fences. I think he's going to try and take McGregor's head off, like absolutely take his head off. He'll kick at his leg because he was in a leg kick fight with fucking Justin Gaethje. So I think he's going to come out and he's going to fucking throw bombs at McGregor. I think McGregor's going to catch him. Obviously, fucking who knows how his leg is, but he looked, from what I was seeing on the sparring on Tough, which I'm not saying that their guys were on the level of Chandler, but just the eye test, like he still looked like competent, which is good to see. Like, he looked decently quick. He didn't look too slow. He didn't look too sloppy. So I think he'll still be alright. I think he'll be able to win this against Chandler. And if he wins, I know Justin won't take the fight, but like fucking I'd love to see McGregor versus Gaethje. Like, that'd just be so sick. Especially because they fucking hate each other too. Like, it's just there's like already a storyline for it. Plus, fresh matchup. I want to see McGregor fight like new guys. I don't want to keep seeing McGregor in rematches. Because, you know, we don't really have many McGregor fights left. So let's get him in there against guys he hasn't fought. Maybe if McGregor wins against Chandler, maybe Jorge will come out of retirement. I'd love to see McGregor versus Masvidal. It's like the one fight that got away. Like, I think we all wanted to see that fight in 2020. Like, that fight would have been crazy hype at the time. Especially after McGregor beat Cowboy, they should have done Jorge versus McGregor after the Usman fight. After Usman and Jorge, they should have just done McGregor versus Masvidal next. But yeah, then it got messed up with the Usman Masvidal 2 rematch. But yeah, if McGregor beats Chandler, we need to see Jorge versus McGregor. I don't give a fuck. Masvidal's always talking shit to McGregor on Twitter. Like, let's come out of retirement, put the gloves back on, fight McGregor. Like, come on. That'd be such a sick fight. Press conference would be cool too. I remember McGregor fucking saying Jorge was wearing like a fucking, like, what do you say? Look at that. He called him that. Look at that tick in his fucking bathrobe or some shit. He said like looked like a grandma. I think he said he looked like a British grandma or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact quote, but I don't know. It'd be an interesting build up. Plus, it'd be a striking fight, so we'd get to see Jorge in like a pure striking fight again, which would be good to see. But again, I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. I think Jorge will fight again one day, so who better than to fight against McGregor if he beats Chandler? Or even if he loses to Chandler, if he wants to keep fighting. Him versus Jorge would just sell instant pay-per-views. So, yeah. I don't know how true this report is, but hopefully it's true. I'd love to see McGregor fight this year. And if McGregor fights this year, imagine the undercard. There's so many Irish guys they've signed. Maybe if Paul Hughes gets like another win in Cage Warriors, you could have him debut on the undercard of this. Because like, Paul Hughes is a really good prospect from Cage Warriors. He's a featherweight. Then you could get Ian Gary. You can get Ian Gary on the card too. Because Ian Gary's like dream is to fight on the McGregor undercard, so you got to get Ian Gary on there. Then you would get Shauna Bannon on there as well because she's sponsored by McGregor. They could just get like a massive Irish undercard, to be honest. The actual takeover part two, or the actual proper takeover, because McGregor was the only one who took over in that time period. I think Paddy Holland was fighting during that time, but he wasn't making the waves McGregor did. But yeah, McGregor in December, whole Irish undercard. Reece McKee's back in the UFC. I know he's from Northern Ireland, but he's still Irish. So you get him in there as well. Just you could get so many Irish guys on that card and Irish lasses on there too. So that'd be ideal. And then you could get some other big like stars the UFC's trying to promote on that card as well. So yeah, hopefully we get a McGregor card because I don't know. There's nothing like a McGregor fight in the UFC. Like title fights always feel big, but something different about McGregor fights, especially when he takes so much time off and then he fights again. Like it just always feels big. Even him versus Cowboy. Like most people knew he was going to beat Cowboy, but like that fight just felt massive. I remember watching it at the pub. Literally, probably like 1,000 people at the pub. Like I don't know. There was literally like that many fucking people in this little pub. Like the pub was just completely packed. Like it was insane. Like yeah, McGregor just always fucking brings excitement. Like there's nothing like a McGregor fight. So hopefully we get to see this in December. Who cares about USADA at this point? Doesn't really matter. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.